people spend a lot of money and they visit Uti, Shimla, Nainital, Darjeeling, and so on in order to see and enjoy the beauty of nature given by God. They visit to various lakes, rivers, waterfalls, etc. to see and enjoy in the nature. They also visit to Himalaya to see the beauty of nature and to enjoy in it. My dear children, today we shall read a similar very beautiful poem, Stopping by Woods on a Snowy Evening, which is composed by a famous poet, Robert Frost. Now, before we go to read the poem, here first we shall see the short introduction about the poet. Robert Frost was born in the year 1874 and died in the year 1963. He was a prolific American poet. Prolific means producing many poems. His poems are based on nature. He is similar to William Wordsworth, who was a lover of nature. Some of his popular poems are Home Burial, The Road Not Taken, and Mending Wall. Having seen the short introduction of the poet, now let's see the short summary of the poem, Stopping by Woods on a Snowy Evening. Now, let's see the summary. We all admire the beauty of nature. Here in this poem, the poet Robert Frost narrates the story of a person, and that person is the poet himself. Here, the speaker is the poet, Robert Frost himself. The poet says, probably, it's the darkest evening for him. He rides on his little horse through the snowy forest in the evening. As he reaches in the middle of the wood, here wood means a forest but smaller than it. He stops there, and what does he do there? He stops there to see and enjoy the beauty of nature. He admires the winter landscape, and he promises to travel long distance before he sleeps. Here, perhaps, sleep refers to the end of life of poet, or it's too late as it is getting dark. Now, before I go to explain the poem in detail, let me read it loudly. Children, as I read the poem, please listen carefully, understand the poem, and enjoy it. Let's get started.
Whose woods these are, I think I know. His house is in the village, though. He will not see me stopping here to watch his woods fill up with snow. My little horse must think it queer to stop without a farmhouse near. Between the woods and frozen lake, the darkest evening of the year, he gives his harness bells a shake to ask if there is some mistake. The only other sounds the sweep of easy wind and downy flake. The woods are lovely, dark and deep, but I have promises to keep and miles to go before I sleep, and miles to go before I sleep.